This is a follow-up video to the first Survey 123 tutorial. I have a new form for the class. It's for assessing deer habitat, and I want to go over a couple more things on that form that'll add to what we already know about Survey 123. So you can see the app icon in the upper right. Go ahead and tap on that when you're ready. And go to the home page of my Survey 123 so that you can see all the forms that you have downloaded. I'm going to download this new deer habitat assessment form by tapping on the profile icon in the upper right hand corner and then choosing to download surveys. Of course, you need to be logged in order for that to be possible. And then you'll be presented with a list of all the surveys that have been shared to you. And the one we're looking for today is called Resource Academy Deer Habitat Assessment Form. And it's right there at the top. And you're going to tap on the cloud with the arrow to download it. Shouldn't take too long. And then go back out to your Survey 123 homepage. Now you'll see there's this fancy icon that says deer for the deer habitat assessment form. I wanted to just point out to you that you can customize the thumbnail for the forms to make it a little bit easier for your field crew or for yourself to find the right form, because sometimes you end up with quite a few forms. As you can see, I have a few forms here loaded, and just to make it easier to find it, there's a new thumbnail. Go ahead and tap on the form thumbnail to open up the form summary page. And nothing new to show you here, but I do want to ask you to tap on the collect button to look at a couple new things in this form. We're collecting many more pieces of information than you collected in the vegetation map assessment form. Pretty straightforward. The map class will correspond to your deer habitat quality map, and I want to know which map class you're assessing. You could be in okay, good, very bad. I'll choose good for the heck of it. Your location confidence, I want to know how confident you are in your location, and there's a new section in the form to help you determine that. I'll show you that. If you scroll down to the bottom of the form, there's now this GPS location information area where you can see that there's the yellow exclamation mark that says we have a poor GPS location, which is not surprising because I'm indoors. And you can see right next to the crosshairs underneath where it says GPS location, the latitude and longitude, then it says plus 28.5 meters, comma, plus or minus 21.7 meters. For a combined, potentially 50 meters off, which is, pretty terrible. That's almost 200 feet of inaccuracy there. So if I were to be filling out this form, and maybe, you might have poor accuracy like that if you're underneath a really dense old growth forest, how confident am I in the location? I'm not confident if I'm almost 200 feet, potentially 200 feet off. Going back to this GPS location, if you're working on trying to get a better fix by lifting up the GPS a little higher, your device a little higher, or just getting your body out of the way of the sky, or whatever you're trying to do, ideally you would connect to an external GPS that's a lot more powerful than the integrated one in the device. But in any case, if you're making adjustments, if you want to see how they're impacting the position, you just tap on the little crosshairs button, and you see how my numbers have changed. It of course hasn't gotten that much better because I really haven't done anything to move outside of the house, but you can keep tapping that crosshair button to get updated estimates of how accurate your position is. And if you can get it better, then do get it better, but if you can't, that's okay too. Just put down that you're not confident in your location. Most of the rest of these data entry spots are pretty self-explanatory. You can get your elevation in meters from this same GPS location. Down here below where the map is, you can see it says horizontal accuracy, and then it says elevation in meters. So you can pull your number right from that. Of course, we don't need that many decimal places, just a round number is fine. 22 would be my elevation in meters right here. You can also use a barometric altimeter if you have one. That's probably more accurate, but the GPS in your device is fine. You're going to calculate your aspect using a compass. Your device should have a compass of some kind, and you can use that to determine which direction your site is sloping. And then you're going to calculate the amount of slope that you're standing on. It may be 0 if it's totally flat ground, but if it is sloping, and most likely if it's, okay, good, or very good deer habitat, it's going to be sloping. You're going to use a clinometer to figure that out, and we'll talk about that in class a little bit. Forest canopy closure, that's when you look up at the sky and you estimate, how much shade would be cast on the ground by the forest canopy if the sun was directly overhead and the sky was clear. Use, Arc Explorer or whatever app of choice you'd like to determine how far you are from the beach using the measure tool. And then the winter deer food abundance is a pretty subjective question, but I want you to give it a try by just sort of looking around at the deer foods that are available, especially in winter, as it says, winter deer food abundance. And these plants would be, evergreen herbs like bunchberry dogwood and five-leaf bramble and foamflower, or the green stems, just the green parts of blueberry bushes. And if there's a lot of it, meaning that if you had to fill up a 5-gallon bucket, it wouldn't take you days and days to fill up a 5-gallon bucket, that would lead you to lots of food. But if it looks like it would take you a very long time to fill up a 5-gallon bucket, which is about how much a deer eats to survive a winter day, you might choose little food or very little food. And then see if you can find some deer sign in the area. Look around for pellets or trails or rubs or bedding areas, etc. And then if you do find some, make sure you photograph it. Also hoping that you can photograph examples of the food that you're seeing in the area. That's pretty much it for the new form. The main things we're learning about today is GPS accuracy information is now available in the form, and also provides you with your elevation in meters. Hopefully that's helpful, and that you enjoy testing out this form today. If you have any questions, of course, don't hesitate to contact me.